Hello everyone, it's Ellen here. It's been a very long time that I made a video, but I'm here again with a video for Newton's Nook. And actually we have a fun collaboration going on with therm-o-web. And I'm so amazed by their products that I needed to make a video for this thing, for this collaboration. And if you noticed, the whole week we showed some awesome project on the Newton's Nook website, and today it's my turn. So let's get started and see what I made. So for this project I used different stamp sets together. I used Newton's Easter baskets, a very fun, cute new stamp set. Sending hugs, dear friends, Bitty bunnies, Winston Lake House, and also a die from Newton's Unwind. So I use bits and pieces from all these stamp sets. So if you want to be sure to see which one I really used because you couldn't remember or you couldn't write them down, then just go to my blog because I always have a product list there. So I'm coloring these with zig markers, and I have to be honest, I don't use them for a long time. I just bought my zig markers, so I'm not the best artist in it, but I like to share you how I colored it. I also going to tell you which colors that I use. For the kittens, I used 072 beige. For that basket that you are seeing here, I think it was 062 dark brown. So when I watercolor, what I actually do is I first color the shadow pieces, and then I go over it with some watercolor brush, and sometimes I go backwards and go over my dark shadows and then go over it with my watercolor pencil. So I go sometimes I go a little bit backwards and then come back with a watercolor pencil. My watercolor pencil is one where you really have to squeeze a little bit if you really want to water flowing out. I really like that. Some people doesn't, but why I bought these zig markers is because when I'm watercoloring, I'm not such a good of watercoloring person because I like to layer my colors. When I did art school, I was also the one that used acrylic paint because of that. So when I'm watercoloring, it's hard for me. And the thing that really helped me the most is to have more control over these watercolors. So these watercolor pencils helps already a lot with me. And then when I'm using a watercolor pencil with that part where you can put water in, you can really do what you want with these colors. So that's a little bit the info that I wanted to tell you, because I think it's very important for how you like or how your skills are and use what works the best for you. I know I'm not a good watercoloring person, but I can do a lot of other things very well. So when I'm starting watercoloring, I'm using things that helps me to get better at these things. So anyway, I'm going again telling you a little bit about the colors that I'm using here. So for the purple, I use 081 light violet. For my yellow, I used 050 yellow. I used also some orange on these Easter eggs. I really love that image so much from the Newton's Easter basket stamp set. So for the orange, I'm using 070 orange. And of course, we cannot forget the pink. And I don't know if I have actually... I don't have the correct stick marker in my hands. I'm sorry. I will check that right away. So now I got the correct number in my hands, and the very fluo pink is called 025 pink. And as you can see, I also colored the ears already from the bunny, and these are colored with the pink colors light carmine 021, and together with a lighter pink color called T-Rose 220, so 220 I mean. I also used some gray for the bunny ears, and there I used a darker color gray tint 901 and a little lighter of a gray, warm gray 2, and that is number 900. And on this video I will show you a lot of, I will show you the card from the super cute kitty that has this, what I'm coloring now. And the fun part of this kitty is that you have coordinating dies, and these dies cut out the paws, so that means you can stuck things in his little paws, and I think it's so cute. So what I did for this card is, as you could see in the beginning of the movie, I used an Easter egg to put in his paws. I think it's so cute. I show you only the card that I made with this little kitty, and not with the cute little kitty in the basket, just because of, for one reason actually. I'm making this video for a kind of a blog hop. The whole week we had some fun inspiration on the design team member from therm-o-web and the design team member from Newton Nook, and we thought it was fun to do also a giveaway, of course, and therefore I would say check out the other project that I made with these falls and with Newton's Nook stamps on my blog. So maybe if you write me a comment, then maybe you can win a prize from this fun inspiration blog post. So I hope you will do that also. So that's why I only show you the little kitty with the things that you can put in his paws. But now that I see the kitties, I think I did something very bad. I think I used not the, what did I say? I don't think I used the beige color for the kitties. I actually used the mustard color 067 for the kitties. So sorry if you were putting your Ziggs marker with you because you like the color. It's a wrong one. I'm very, sorry for my mistake. So for the leaves I use this light green 041 and pale green 045, and for these little reeds from the Winston Lake House I use also the mid brown 65. And then I also saw that I forgot to tell you the red color that I used for some parts of the Easter eggs, and that red color is 022 Carmine Red. Woo, that was a lot of explanations. And of course, while coloring, my battery died. So, but I think you got the idea how I did it. Then I, for the first time also, it's a lot of firsties in this video. For the first time I used my oxide inks for the background. So for the grass, this is from the grass border dies from Newton's Nook. Also I used Twisted Citron and Lucky Clover. For that wave die border, it's also a die. So for that wave border there is also a die from Newton's Nook. That's what I wanted to say. And I used Mermaid Lagoon and Salty Ocean, and I put both on 3D foam from Newton's Nook. And for that very bright and pretty pink purplish background, I used picked raspberry and shaded lilac, all in the Distress Oxide inks, so not in the regular inks. And here you can see how I'm placing my elements on the card. I'm sorry, my hands are all over the place because, yeah, you know how that goes, I think. So some items I use pop dots on, some not. Like the kitty is not on pop dots at all. The little greenery is sometimes yes, sometimes not, because that's what creates dimension. If you put everything on pop dots, your dimension is gone. So my little tip is to use some things on and some things not with pop dots. And the sentiment is sending you smiles, but there is something that is going to be fault. Yay! So here you can see how I'm placing everything. I really also love the little butterflies. These are from the Bitty Bunnies stem set. And yeah. So for the next step, I am using a piece of paper that has the width and the length from my Meow die that I wanted to use from the Newtons and White, and I completely color it with this kind of glue pen from therm-o-web, and afterwards I fold it and use some baking paper or parchment paper that you say, and put it into my laminator, and ta-da! It folds. I really loved it. I die-cutted the piece, and then I use my little X from Xyron. That's actually an X where you put things through and it comes out as a sticker, so it's very easy to stick on your little card that you made. I'm going over it, so sure every little sticky glue is on my on my Meow die board. Da 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 da. So here we are. Isn't that super fun? How you can use that for your dies. I really love this pen. You can do so much with it. You can write your name. You can, I don't know, use it for certain things in a stencil or whatever. I really think these items are so cool. And I'm sure I didn't show you all of the products from therm-o-web yet that we had for this awesome collaboration, but I am in love with all their products. I use them all. I tried them all right now. I use that kind of fall paste. I used that pen. I using the purple tape. I used so much from the therm-o-web, and I am amazed by their products. I really didn't love foiling, but now this really changed my idea of it, because these products are awesome. The things I used before were not, and this is just so much fun. So if you want to see more, and if you want to have a chance on what's winning for this fun collaboration, go on over to my blog, links below, and See you for our next video. Bye bye!